we all want to talk about the NFL schedule, which was launched last night. So let me give you my opening opinion on the NFL schedule. And it goes like this. The Chargers got bitch slapped by the NFL.
That's your opening thought.
Wow.
That's my opening thought.
Okay.
Expand,
please.
Make no mistake about it. This is Stan Kroenke's stadium in Los Angeles. This is Stan Kroenke's market in Los Angeles. And we're going to show Dean Spanos that he's not going to get any help from the NFL. In other words, if you're the NFL and you're trying to help the Chargers in their first year in the Rams' new stadium, let me tell you what you do. You schedule Tom Brady and the Buccaneers to come to LA. You schedule Drew Brees and the Saints to come to LA. You schedule Patrick Mahomes, which you're going to automatically get. But you take the biggest stars in the game and you bring them to LA. Instead, take a look at this schedule and take a look at who the Chargers play. So they start off week 1 at Cincinnati. Not exactly a big bang. I mean, the Rams start the season with the Cowboys. That's a big bang.
Joe Burrow.
Ooh.
Joe
Man
Burrow
going somewhere.
Joe Burrow in Cincinnati against the Chargers is a 10 o'clock in the morning regional game that goes to 2% of the country. Do you understand what I'm saying? Put it this way. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, they're the number one team. Or, Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth, they're going to get that game. It's a Sunday night game. The Chargers are getting garbage. The Chargers are getting on the road week 1 against Cincinnati. Okay, week 2, they play the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, so you start off the season at home, and you've got yourself a division rival, and you've got the biggest star in football. Week 3, Carolina Panthers. Any interest in the Carolina Panthers? Zero. Now listen to this. Week 4.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, it's not going to do it in L.A. Week 4, the Chargers are at the Buccaneers. The Chargers go on the road to play Tom Brady. They don't come to L.A. They go on the road. The following week, Chargers, in theory, L.A., Tampa, L.A., L.A., New Orleans. Even if you stay in the Southeast for the following week, it screws up your whole year. Tampa Bay and New Orleans, Brady and Breeze back-to-back on the road. The Chargers play against the 2 biggest stars in the league on the road. Chargers
Is Justin Herbert starting by that point?
It's highly possible. Highly possible.
I say no.
Chargers come back. They play week 6 against the New York Jets. Jets are a nobody type team, but there's a lot of New Yorkers in LA, so they'll get some fans. Should the fans be allowed?
Sam Darnold return to LA?
Hey, by the way,
look at me. I'm just throwing all the positives.
You are.
Look at me.
And by the way, it might be great. The only problem might be if the fans aren't allowed in the stadium, that's a game that could actually sell out that may not have anybody at it.
I told you guys that when we go back on radio, I'm going to play the Charger fan role. So I'm starting early.
It's all good.
Keep going, Scott.
Week 7, the Chargers have to go to Miami. So think about this. Tampa, back. New Orleans, back. Home for a week, back to the East Coast, go all the way to Miami.
The guy they wanted versus the guy they got. Tua versus Herbert. 4 versus 5 versus 6. It's a great matchup.
You know what, Alex? You're right. It is a great matchup. You know where it's a better matchup? It's a better matchup in your home stadium. So once again, you've got to go on the road when there's an interesting opponent. But good news for all the Charger fan, singular, in Los Angeles. The Jacksonville Jaguars come to town week 8.
Minshew, baby, Minshew.
Dude, that mustache in LA, it's prime time.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, Jacksonville may be the biggest draw in the entire home schedule. Following week, Chargers get a break, though, on week 9. Again, if fans are allowed back in, there'll be 65 or 70,000 Raider fans that week 9.
Let me ask you a quick question.
Go ahead.
Do you think I'm being dead honest with this question. Do you think the Chargers organization actually wants fans in the stadium?
No.
I know they want the money. I know they want the money, but after when we're talking about week 9, 10, I'm specifically starting with the Jacksonville game. Do you think they would want fans in that stadium?
Well, you'd hope that the stadium is closed to fans if you're the Chargers week 8 against the Jaguars for this reason. assume you could get, let's just say everything was normal. This was last year.
Mm-hmm.
You could get 20,000 Charger fans. You could probably get 5 or 10,000 Jaguar fans, and then you're going to have 40,000 empty seats.
That's my point.
Yeah, the Jaguars will give you nothing.
And at that point, the shine is off the new stadium.
Yeah.
People have been there already. The Rams are already playing a bunch of home games there. I'm just saying.
Okay, so
also you gotta ask the question of how confident will people be going to a game if they are allowed to go. Now, you might risk it to go see the Rams because, quote unquote, they already have a clutch somewhat in the city. Are you going to risk it to go see the Chargers?
I don't think anybody's going to risk it for any of this stuff. I mean, I keep hearing these stories about the Miami Dolphins and how they're going to have 15,000 people instead of 65,000 people. And this group goes in at this time and this group leaves at this time, just like church, like, okay, we go from the back, everybody leave. And I'm telling you right now, if you have big money to go to NFL football games, and I'm not talking about the cheapest of the cheap seats, I'm talking about like, if you pay big money, you're not going to deal with all this.
Dude, you don't know. It doesn't matter if there's 15,000 people in there. You don't know who's next to you.
Right.
You don't know who's behind you. You don't know who's in front of you. You're not renting out a whole section. You know what I mean?
I'm just telling you that I think that the Chargers, to your point, are probably like, okay, look, it'd be great to have a year in this new place without any fans. It'd be really good for us.
Let Herbert get his feet under him. Let's see what he can do, and then let's go from there.
All right. So the Raiders are the Raiders play the Chargers in LA week 9. Then the Chargers have a bye week.
They didn't bury that game on New Year's Eve again, where nobody really is paying attention to football.
Middle of the season, the Raiders help the league by showing up in LA. Okay. Week 10 is a bye week. Then you're at Denver and at Buffalo. So think about this.
That's a lot of East Coast.
Right. You're home for Jacksonville. You're home for the Raiders. And maybe even if you had any momentum at that point, let's say you win both of those games, then it's a bye. Then you're on the road at Denver, at Buffalo. It's like you're off for 3 weeks. You're out of sight, out of mind for 3 weeks. Again, assuming people were allowed in. Week 13.
And by the way, at that point in the season, it'll probably be snowing in Denver and in Buffalo.
It gets worse. Wait. Week 13, the New England Patriots come to town. Well, a year ago, that'd be the game. Tom Brady would show up with Bill Belichick. This year, the Patriots aren't the Patriots, so it's no longer that interesting. Don't get me wrong. Patriots fans in LA will all take to the stadium should fans be allowed in. But I'm telling you right now, again, this is the NFL saying to the Chargers, yeah, we're going to feed you the Patriots, not those Patriots, these Patriots. The Atlanta Falcons come to town week 14, no interest. Then the Chargers.
Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, the return of Todd Gurley to LA.
Nah. Then the Chargers are at the Raiders, and they finish at home against the Broncos. So to me, and they finish week 17. John, you talk about weather. Week 17 on the road at the Chiefs. They've left this game so that, okay, well, we need the Chiefs to be doing what they're doing, win home field advantage, blah, blah, blah. And then here come the Chargers, which is just like, fresh meat to the Chiefs.
Unless Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs already locked up the one.
Yeah, but even still, you're playing January and you're playing in Kansas City. I mean, look, I'm just telling you this. This is my opinion. This was my first thought. If you look at this schedule, you tell me, forget the Raiders and the Chiefs because they're automatically on the schedule. What's the best, most attractive home game for the Chargers in SoFi Stadium?
Go through the home games only.
Okay, you ready? Here goes. Kansas City. I take Kansas City out. Carolina, New York Jets, Jaguars, Patriots, Falcons. Ugh. That's it. I mean, the home schedule's garbage, dude.
I would have to say the Jets because of Sam Darnold, and that's really it.
I would say maybe the Falcons just because I think they might be good.
Dude, if you're banking on the Jets and the Falcons as your best games outside of the division, that is not good. And the NFL, look, the NFL could have very easily
compare it with the Rams.
Well, you're right. I will compare it to the Rams, but this is the NFL could have helped the Chargers by saying we're going to give you Tampa Bay. Remember, the schedule was just released. We'll give you Tampa Bay. We'll give you New Orleans. We'll have Tom Brady. We'll have Drew Brees. We'll have these guys play in your stadium. Carolina, you go to Carolina. Atlanta, you go to Atlanta. Instead, they gave the Chargers the garbage, and the home schedule is so bad. And if there were fans allowed, people would not be very interested in this schedule. I can tell you that right now.
I agree.
And then you look at the Rams. The Rams start the season with the Dallas Cowboys at home. Sunday night, kick off the new stadium. It's ours.
Blockbuster.
That is crazy.
Jerry Jones helped us get this stadium. Jerry Jones is from this part of the country. Jerry World meets Kroenke World. Cowboys and Rams opening Sunday night. That is Super Bowl caliber event versus the Chargers. Hey, who do you guys start with? The Bengals in Cincinnati.
Can I ask two selfish questions? First question. As the mightier 1090, will we be present at that Rams stadium opener?
Could be.
Second greedy
will anybody be present?
Yeah.
Media members may be allowed to attend these games. Second, when the Raiders
why they let media in. Why would they let media in?
To cover.
Cover what? Watch it on TV.
The brand new stadium.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, zoom in for post-game press conferences.
Also, when the Raiders open in Vegas, same treatment. Just asking questions.
Who do the Raiders open with? I didn't look at the Raiders schedule.
The Raiders have 4 primetime games. I know that.
They all better be at home.
They have 4 primetime games at home. I got to find their schedule, though.
Okay, I do too, yeah.
Because I didn't.
While you're going through the Raiders schedule, hold on. Let me just give you the Rams.
Oh, Saints, Monday Night Football.
Oh, my God. The Raiders kick off their stadium. It's not,
they're starting in Carolina. But their home opener is Monday Night Football versus the Saints.
Okay,
so week 2.
Right. So look, the Chargers' home opener is against the Chiefs.
That's huge.
That's a big game.
But is it prime time?
It's not prime time. And the Raiders get prime time because we're going to open 2 new stadiums. We're going to open one in LA. We're going to open one in Vegas. And we're going to have a huge game in LA. And then we're going to have a huge game in Vegas. And we're going to take our biggest stars and our biggest brands and we're going to put them up for display. And that is pretty incredible. The Rams have the Cowboys, then they're at the Eagles, then they're at the Bills. So back to back, East Coast games for the Rams. They're home against the Giants. New Yorkers will go crazy. At Washington, at San Francisco. Then here comes Big Brown's Chicago Bears.
Yeah, come get this dub, baby.
At Miami, they've got Seattle week 10. This is the Rams. They're at Tampa Bay. They've got San Francisco at home, at Arizona, and they have New England, New York, the Jets, and they finish at Seattle.
It's pretty similar
to Arizona.
It's pretty similar to the Chargers. The difference is the opener and the primetime effect of the Cowboys coming in, and for the Raiders, the Saints coming in. Prime time, man. They did the Chargers no favors.
But let me just explain to you. The Rams and the Giants is considered New York versus LA. The Chargers versus the Jets is just not. The Chargers versus the Jets is like the Angels versus the Mets. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's like the Clippers versus the Nets.
There you go. Nice. Hey, Alex, go through the Thursday night and the Monday night. Just give us all the primetime games.
Yeah, real quick. Monday Night Football, week 1, you got the Steelers versus the Giants. And also the Titans versus the Broncos. That's the first kickoff. Week 2, I already said, Saints at Raiders. Week 3 is a great one. Chiefs at Ravens. Week 4, Falcons at Packers. Week 5, Chargers at Saints. I think that's their only primetime game.
Week 5 is the Chargers get to play a Monday Night Football game, not in a brand new stadium in LA. They get to go play Drew Brees after having to play Tom Brady the week before, back-to-back games. I mean, what a bitch slap that is by the NFL to the Charger organization.
At Cardinals at the Cowboys, week 6. Bears at the Rams, week 7. Giants at Bucks, week 8. Patriots at Jets. That is the first garbage.
It's a horrible game.
That is a horrible game. Vikings at Bears, week 10.
That's a great game.
Rams at Bucks, another good one. Seahawks at Eagles is a week 12. Week 13, Bills at Niners. Sneaky good because the Bills are sneaky good. Week 14, your boy Alex Van Pelt is hosting the Ravens. The Browns hosting the Ravens. Week 15, Steelers at Bengals. I feel like that's always – I think that's the return of what's his face? No, never mind, wrong game. And then week 16, Bills at Patriots. It's a bad one.
So for me, I'll just tell you guys, I looked at the schedules, and here's the one game or the one weekend I think I'm going to travel, assuming we can all go to games. The week of October 18th, it's a Sunday, the Steelers host the Browns in Pittsburgh. But the day before, October 17th, Pitt hosts Notre Dame on the same field. So Pitt Notre Dame on Saturday, Steelers Browns on Sunday. So like that's like the one weekend I was thinking that's the weekend to be in Pittsburgh for that.
I said the exact same thing on
sounds
Twitter.
like a fun weekend.
If we are back to normal, I will preface it by that. I am spending Christmas on Bourbon Street. And I told the fiance yesterday, she's like, well, you can go. I'm like, okay, I will.
Oh, you're starting to lay down the law already in this relationship.
Don't let her hear that.
This will change the conversation here.
I literally told her yesterday. I was like, okay, I'll go.
Yeah, I'm going, girl. You don't tell me what to do. If I want to go to New Orleans for a Christmas Day game, I don't care if it's Christmas all up in it. I will be in New Orleans. That is the way it goes in this marriage.
You want to spend Christmas in Oxnard, California, or Bourbon Street in New Orleans? You decide.
I'm going to try to get press passes to the opener of both these stadiums. I will be the Mightier 1090 representative at these things.
All right. Very good. Very good.
You and Marty can carpool.
Don't do that to me.
Big Brown, let me hear from your perspective because I've given you, I've gone Chargers and Rams and a little bit of Raiders, and Alex has mentioned his Vikings a little bit. What? Give me just a quick rundown because I got to get to Landon Donovan. Give me a quick rundown here on your Bears.
Going starting at week 1. Lions win, Giants win, Falcons win, Colts win, Bucks win, Panthers win, Rams win, Saints. I don't know about that one. Titans win, Vikings probably 2 wins. Packers, I don't know about that one. Lions win, Texans win, Vikings another double win, Jaguars and then Packers. We might go 20-0.